Welcome everybody to Browning Field. Another Big Six football game, a big one tonight. Moline Maroons and U.T.H.S. Panthers. It doesn't get any better than this, Jim. My God, the weather is fantastic. It's football season. I mean, it feels like football season. It's cool when the sun gets down.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about this game? What do we got here? Two pretty good teams.
Well, I think so. You know, both teams are 2-1 in the non-conference game, but that doesn't mean anything anymore. You know, I think in UT's case, they lost to a real good De La Salle team, beat a good Richwoods team, and then beat Chicago Taft. Moline beat a good Belleville team, beat Chicago Phillips, and then lost to a real good Pekin football team. So I think that all kind of balances out, but everybody starts over tonight. And it's 0-0. Winning the Western Big Six Conference in football is a big deal. And these two teams playing tonight may have something to say about that.
There's some similarities between these two teams. I noticed that when we was filling out the lineups, pretty much the backfields are, except for quarterback for the UT side, the backfields, I recognize a lot of names.
Well, and that's true. You know, a lot of talk, I think, over the course of the preseason at least, about UT having 3 starters back there in that backfield, but Moline's got basically 4 starters back in their backfield, so I think that'll balance out. I think if our fans love the passing game, they love to see that ball thrown all over the stadium, turn on to some other channel, because both these teams are going to run the football. And it may be a real fast game. We can get done in about an hour and a half, and it should be great hard-hitting football. But I think UT is thrown for like 71 yards, something like that. Moline's thrown for 80 yards. That's in 3 ball games. So the football is going to be in the good running back's hands. I think whichever offensive and defensive line does the best job, I think that team will win.
That and probably some mistakes somewhere along the way. The team that gets a turnover, the team that gets a break at the right time, something like that.
Right, I agree with you. And we always told our kids when we were coaching, if I do with your young kids too, every big football game comes down to maybe 2 or 3 big plays. You never know when they're going to happen. It could be on the opening kickoff. It could be the last play of the game. But there'll be 2, 3, or 4 big plays. We want to keep track of those tonight. And whichever team ends up getting most of them or takes advantage of that big play, either something you do good or something the other team does bad, will probably end up winning the football game.
We found that out against Geneseo and Alderman last week. There's a couple big plays that really changed that ball game.
Right, and I think the game tonight is going to be a very similar ball game. I think hard-hitting, ball's going to be on the ground. That doesn't mean you might not see some real long runs and some exciting plays, but the quarterback's going to turn around and hand it to somebody, and I think that's the way this game's going to be played.
Well, let's hope it's a close one. And why don't you show them your old quarterback arm here as we get out of here?
Well, most of the fans watch their UT teams play over the years thought the only thing our quarterbacks could do would be to hand the ball to somebody, but we're just going to take this ball, we're just going to let that thing fly, and we're ready to play football.
Well, here we go, Jim. The teams are taking the field as the band clears off here after the nice playing of the national anthem was real good here.
That was great. It was great. I tell you, you mentioned in the pregame, but I'll have to agree with you. Absolutely perfect night. No wind. The field conditions, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Everything is looking just ready to go out here. UT came out fired up. And we're waiting now for Moline to kind of break through and run through the band and get themselves ready to play football. But When they start the Western Big Six Conference, all kinds of exciting things are going to happen, and tonight, that's for sure.
Gathered around their coaches over there, and the staff looks like Mike Brewers, Mike Tracy, Scott Burmall, and Gary Freeman.
Yeah. Jim Smith's the head coach, of course.
Yeah.
Assistant coaches for Moline going into the ball game: Paul Carther, Jeff O'Hearn, Joel Reiser, and Kevin Gorgel make up their varsity staff, and that's a good staff, of course, for Coach McGuire's troops. So coaching is not going to be a major factor in this ball game. Both teams are going to be well coached, and it's going to be one right out there in the middle of that football field someplace. And I think Moline's kind of trying to ice the Panthers a little bit here. They're waiting to come on the field, and of course we're kind of waiting for them to come out here also.
It's always kind of neat, the beginning, you know, exciting that everybody's wondering, well, what is it going to be like, and how are these teams going to take the field.
Kind of interesting situation with UT, at least in their starting lineups tonight. This will be Albert Duell is going to get the start tonight at quarterback, and Albert will be the third quarterback UT's used in the first 4 ball games, 3 quarterbacks in 4 games, and we'll see a lot of Kendall, I'm sure. But there was my best of my understanding, there was a death in the family, and he had to go into a funeral this afternoon, and he just, for anybody, those things are very, very emotional times. I think Coach Smith just decided to give him a chance to kind of get with the flow of the game and then get him in there as time progresses. So we'll see Kendall, I'm sure, fairly quickly in the ball game, but Albert Duell, a senior, is going to get a start tonight at quarterback for UT.
Coach McGuire pushes the turn up the mic. Yes.
Hello.
I feel better. Do you feel better? Is that better?
Have I been here by myself for the last 5 minutes, or what's going on here?
Moline's gathering at the goalpost, just about to take the field.
Well, let's get the starting lineups in here now.
Starting with the U.T.H.S. defense at safety, number 11, Brian Miller.
It's safety number 11 for UT, Brian Miller.
Number 9, Andy Malcolm.
And for Moline, number 9 is Andy Malcolm, the defensive back.
Number 25, Damian Swanson. At safety
For U.T.H.S., number 25, Damian Swainer.
And for Moline, another defensive back, number 10, Todd Anderson.
U.T.H.S. Ryan Lemon.
Hit monster for U.T.H.S., number 34, Ryan Lemon.
At strong corner for Moline is number 11, Anthony Molina.
Sean Taylor.
That outside linebacker, number 35, Sean Taylor.
Number 32 is a defensive end for Moline, Nick Massa.
Number 40, Mike Hancock.
The linebacker for U.T.H.S., number 40, Mike Hancock.
Matt Seaman, number 34, will also be a defensive back.
The other linebacker, number 41, Chris Underwood for UT.
Tom Waller to play linebacker for Moline, number 40.
And in number 63, Scott DeFries for UT.
Terry Mooney, number 43, will be the nose guard for Moline, number 43.
And nose guard for UT, number 70, Robert Christensen.
Number 44, Conrad Canary, will be a linebacker for Moline.
Number 75, Brian Inman, defensive tackle.
Number 68 is Steve Shelton as a D tackle for Moline.
Number 76, Kevin Ward for UT, defensive tackle.
Kyle Piper, number 76, will start for Moline as a defensive tackle.
And a defensive end for UTHS, number 84, Dan Sentry.
And number 88, Dave Koenig from Moline will start at linebacker. There are your starting lineups. Coach Dan McGuire is the head coach.
The head coach for tonight's game.
And Jim Smith, of course, is head coach for UTHS.
Mr. Dan McGuire.
Well, we're ready to play football now.
Yes.
All the band playing is over and the running around and high fives. It's time to play football.
You can feel the excitement in the air as to how this game is going to take shape, the first drive or two here, and what's going to happen, and everybody's wondering just how good their teams really are.
They really are. You know, you haven't played anybody in the conference yet. And of course tonight's a bbig night in the Western Big Six. UT Moline, Alleman Rock Island, and Galesburg Quincy. There's going to be 3 teams that are 3-0 and 1-0, and 3 teams that are 0-1 by morning. So should be exciting.
Doesn't seem to matter who you play in the first couple ball games, how good they are. Well, when you get in that Big Six, you're going to have your hands full.
Yeah. And that's the key. And a lot of times they're not preseason as such. All games are important, especially with the playoff picture. But both UT and Moline kind of got through in pretty good shape with 2 wins and 1 loss. They're still set up. Their playoff chances are still good. And obviously, the winner of this game is in pretty good position to win the conference championship. So here we go. It happens tonight.
Teams are taking the field out there. Coach Smith is out there looking the footballs over.
Yep. Well, Moline's going to kick off, and UT will receive.
That's kind of surprised me that they introduced the defense and then they kicked off.
Well, sometimes they decide to do that way ahead of time, like before the ball game started, like way back before they flip the coin, they decide what they're going to do. Kicking off for Moline will be number 40, Tom Wallert. He's a 5'10", 180-pound back and defensive end.
Ron Drew's the deep man for U.T.H.S. Also Taylor back there.
Well, now it's going to happen. They blow the whistle, and everybody's ready to go. The band is to our right here. Nice kickoff. That ball's going back and may well go to the end zone. A nice return.
Excellent return by Drew up to about the 23, 24-yard line.
Number 72, Adam Kettler. Number 32, Nick Massa in on the tackle for Moline. Well, let's get started here.
We've seen Drew a few times now, and he's pretty impressive on those returns. He keeps his legs going good, and he protects the ball pretty good.
Yes, he does. No, he's another one of those burners that UT has got. With the backs with Spencer and Taylor and Brooks. We'll see what happens.
Well, Duel brings him up. He's not happy with the set.
Right, we got a little problem here with formation right now. Quarterback's moving the end over. And looks like UT is going to start off with a delay game. Well, right now, as we take a quick look at Moline's defense, you got up front, the front 5, Massa, Piper, Mooney, Shelton, and Wallert. Linebackers, Koenig and Canary. Secondary, Malcolm, Anderson, Molina, and Siemens. And that's from the talking to the UT coaches after watching them play down at Pekin, that's a pretty solid group of defensive players.
Is that right?
So we'll see what happens here.
UT ready to start off 1st and 15. Brooks gets the first man through. Brooks gets a couple there off the right side.
A host of tacklers there for Moline that time.
Ball carried by number 43, Ben Brooks.
No surprises there in the first play.
No surprises there. Moline's in a 5-2 D. Steve Shelton, number 68, defensive tackle for Moline, was there. Pursued pretty well across the field. UT's run what we call an end over, makes them a little bit unbalanced this way. Quick pitch, pass. Got a receiver wide open. Oh, that's a play that the coaches were talking about earlier today, Ryan, where the UT was going to go with the option pass right off the bat. Drew probably has the best arm of any of our players.
Well,
on
they
team.
actually executed it very well as far as setting the play up, even through a nice tight spiral and everything. He just outthrew him a little bit.
You bet.
U.T.H.S.
That would have been a big play if he could have hit on it.
No question. 3rd and 12, right? 3rd and 12. UT's changing formations now, and they're coming out going a double wing set with a split in. Sweep. Spencer with the ball. Oh, my. Molina stepped up that time and made an unbelievable play. He put Ben Brooks on his back.
Jeff Spencer for UT.
Oh. Woo-wee.
Molina seen that one coming and stepped up early.
That's a good outside linebacker, monster, whatever you want to call him. But UT's forced into a 4th down and almost 10 at their own 23-yard line, 24-yard line. Good snap and a good punt. Looks like Moline's going to let that ball roll a little bit, and UT will down it at about the Moline 44-yard line.
So now we'll get a look at Moline, 1st and 10.
Why don't you set that UT defense again real quick, Brian?
Yeah, we got Santry, Ward, Christensen, Inman, and DeFries up front with linebackers Hancock and Underwood, Taylor, Swainer, Miller, and Lemon in the back.
Okay. And that's a good defensive unit. We'll see how this matches up front. Moline comes out. Moline at quarterback. Shift from the wishbone to a double wing. Motion. Fullback inside, and he's running loose. Inside, Tom Waller, number 40 on a big gain, is right at the first down marker, Brian. Coming into this ball game, Waller's only carried the ball 9 times for 53 yards, so he's not the big go-to guy. Adam Holroyd, number 22, has carried the ball 36 times. So first down UT, or first down Moline.
Well, they had a nice hole there, and Waller took it for a nice 10-yard gain right off the reel.
1st and 10 in UT territory. Ball spotted at their own.
Kyle Piper brings him out of the huddle. He's the center. Cross-buck action. Oh, look out. Adam Holroyd, another big gain, another first down for Moline.
Swainer with the tackle, touchdown-saving tackle there.
Adam Holroyd for another Maroon first down.
Well, Holroyd picked up about 18 yards that time to add to his 250 yards he already had.
Number 25, Damon Swanner.
Damon Swanner is his name, and he's had to make 2 tackles. When your safeties are making the first 2 tackles, that's not so good. Quick count that time. Power play. Conrad Canary on the carry.
And Santry, defensive end, made that tackle.
That time Moline came out and wishbone and did not shift. Went on the quick count.
Boy, they went quick.
Ball right at UT. Only picked up 2 yards. UT toughens up a little bit. Ball is at the UT 25-yard line, 2nd and 8. Moline in the wishbone again. No shift. Power football. Holroyd.
Nice tackle that time by Ryan Lemon, who come up on that outside and made a shoestring tackle. Could have went for a pretty good gain if he doesn't make that tackle.
Ryan's a tough kid too, but Moline's now forced into the first 3rd down situation. 3rd and about 7, long 6 maybe. Ball is at the 23-yard line. It'd be a big defensive stand for the Panthers if they could buckle down here and stop them. And,
big plays here. I'm sure they'll go 2 plays.
They'll go 2 plays unless they kick a field goal. 2nd man through. Good defense.
Filled it up.
Panthers ball
pretty good that
20-yard
time.
line. Right
like
at the
about
21-yard line.
Ball carried by number 44, Conrad Canary.
It's going to have 4th and about 3.
Canary that time, number 44 from Moline. Well, Coach McGuire is faced with his first 4th down call right now. Sends in number 82, Dave Sable, running plays into the ball game. Here come the Maroons out of the huddle. 4th and about a long 3. 4th and a long 3. Quarterback's got the ball. Wide open in the flat is number 44, Conrad Canary. Still alive and down to about
1st and 10, Moline.
About the 10-yard line, maybe the 9, Brian. Little play action, and Anthony Molina, who we talked about before the ball game, has been a thorn in the Panthers' side for as long as he's been in high school, I think. Comes up with a nice pass to Conrad Canary for the first down.
Nice connection there. They ran that play nice. He laid it out there, and he was wide open.
Now the ball's at the UT 9-yard line. 1st and goal at the 9.
Ball spotted at the UT 9.
Panthers in a 5-2 defense still. Shift to the double wing. Motion. Fullback inside. Oh, he's wide open. Wide open. Tom Waller, number 40 from Moline on a 9-yard run. 7 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Moline leads 6 to nothing. You're going to give me points before they get them. 6 to nothing, you bet.
That was the same play as the first play of the ball game.
That's right. Boy, and they
quick
got
opener there to the fullback.
Good offensive line blocking up there.
Really an excellent drive for the opening drive for Moline.
Good snap and a good hold. The kick is up. The kick is good. We're going to get roughing there.
The kick is no good.
Oh, my. We're going to get a roughing here. Tom Waller, number 40, the kicker, got undercut that time. And they're going to be, UT's going to be penalized.
And the Moline fans are celebrating. They've taken the lead 6 to nothing.
Already. The band is very close.
Yes, we're close to the band.
Very close to the band.
We will be in rhythm tonight.
Well, they'll walk off past it. This is the goal. sometimes this encourages you to go for 2 instead of the 1.
Looks like Moline might be gonna.
After the penalty, Waller will now kick from the 1-yard line.
No, they're going for it.
The tee's coming off the field.
Tee off.
Yep,
yeah.
tee's coming off the field. And now somebody's going to call timeout. Moline calls timeout. Brian, that drive from Moline was a 64-yard drive. Took 2 minutes, 33 seconds. Several real long runs built in there. It took 8 plays. Holroyd had a 27-yard run mixed in the middle of all that. And but the key to the whole thing, of course, and touchdown ended up being a blast up the middle by Tom Waller, a 9-yard inside fullback run to put Moline ahead 6-0.
I think the play that set it up, though, was that 4th down pass play that actually UT had started to adjust to them and shut them down there.
They really did. And it would be interesting to see, the next possession. But you're absolutely right. But UT, I think, did what they said they wanted to do going into the ball game, and that was they were going to try to force Moline to pass the ball. Unfortunately, when they decided they had to pass the ball, they did pretty good. They did it pretty good. So. What we've got here now is this timeout, of course. We got a situation where the roughing the kicker on the extra point, which was no good, moved the ball to the 1.5-yard line. Moline decides to go for 2, but by the time they got everybody in the game and a play called, they were going to get a delay of the game penalty. So they used their first timeout, and we'll see if that has anything to do with it, but they're going to go for 2 now. Molina, quarterback, quick count. Quarterback sneak for 2 points.
Excellent surge on that front. 2 guards in center.
That offensive line, we need to give them some credit. That offensive line's got Moyer, Michael, Piper, Shelton, and Burns with Cave and Koenig at the ends, and they did some good things up front that time, especially on that last play. Wedge blocking right up the middle, quarterback sneak.
Well, I don't know how you can look any better than Moline looked on that first drive, Jim.
Well, not only did they get several long runs and, several first down runs, but when they had to, when UT buckled down and held them to a 4th down situation, they're able to convert. And a good ball club will be able to do that. So UT is going to get the ball again now. Again, still 7 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. UT's second possession coming up. Their first possession was 3 plays and out.
Well, we'll see what kind of field position that we can get this time for the Panther end of the field, and see if the Panthers are able to establish any kind of movement on this stand.
Well, Drew did a beautiful job last time. Did an excellent job of returning that punt. The ball rolled down about the 3, but once he picked it up, and I think if he could ever catch this ball in the air and give that blocking a chance to set himself up, who knows what he might be able to do. Because he's got great speed and great moves, so we'll see. Number 40 kicking off again. Waller, kind of a squib kick. We're not going to give him a chance to do that again. Oh, nice hit down there. Return that time number by 80 UT was Brian Stone, 5'11", 165-pound junior. Stone on the return. Again, good field position for UT, though. Ball's on the 33-yard line where they'll take over first and 10.
Down by number 90, Brian Stone for UT. Number 34, Matt Siemens is on.
And the Panthers will take over now, first and 10.
Matt Siemens was on the tackle that time, a defensive back from Moline. Well, UT run a little double wing themselves this time. Inside,
Brooks.
Play to Brooks. Trap play more than likely.
Looks like he got about 2 yards on the carry.
88, Dave Koenig stepped up that time, made a good play, very close to the line of scrimmage. I think UT changing formations like that is kind of a little bit different look with the double wing. And they're going to show it again this time. Double wing again. Spencer in motion, trap. Oh, look, Brooks with the ball near the first down.
Ball carried by number 43.
I think he's about a half a yard shy of the first down. A nice gainer that time by Brooks. Excellent blocking off that right side there.
Did a nice job that time for UT.
And Kevin Ward over there and Robert Christensen. Excellent job over there.
They came off the ball well, and I talked to Coach Tracy and Coach Smith a little bit during the week. They planned on pulling the guard and trapping a little bit and trying to get Brooks off tackle a little bit with the football, and they sure got him through there that time. Brooks again.
And looks like they got the first down. Well, U.T.H.S. gets their first down of the game.
Well, good
They
line
move the
search
sticks.
that time. Up front that time, Panthers doing a nice job. Moline's closing fast, but UT won the neutral zone that time.
Ball carried by number.
So the ball's setting about the 45-yard line.
The officials' time now. Probably got an equipment problem or I'm not sure what's
Official
going on.
timeout.
Nick Massa, number 32, is coming out of the ball game. I can't quite tell whether he's injured or equipment. Doesn't look like he's feeling real well, that's for
No,
sure.
it
The
looks
trainer's
like-
going to take a look at him.
Must have got a ding of some sort there.
Yeah. Well, he's not feeling real good. Looks like a shoulder or an arm of some kind. He's got his right arm kind of caught up underneath there, so trying to get a sub in the ball game here real quick. Tom Wallerts rushes in to play that defensive end spot that Massa plays. Massa and, of course, Wallert was getting a break that time, so we'll see who's out on the
Notice
far
he was
side.
holding his hand up like he might have an elbow or a shoulder or arm.
Motioning a counter, inside counter. Oh, nice run. Taylor with the ball. Wing back counter that time for UT. Faked the ball to Brooks. Came back off the double wing and picked up about 4 yards.
So that'll bring second and about 6.
Koenig that time on the tackle, number 88.
Taylor could never quite get turned upfield. If he could have got turned upfield, that would have went for a lot more, I believe.
I think this double wing with the split end out here has got Moline just a little bit confused. Motion again. Fullback. Oh, Brooks is loose.
1st and 10 Panthers down to about the 40-yard line of Moline's. Once more we'll move the sticks.
Ran through the tackle of Steve Shelton that time, number 68, and Dave Koenig, number 88, had to clean him up, but not till UT gets another first down.
Both teams starting off early here with some 8, 9, 10-yard gainers.
You bet. Well, this is a nice drive right now. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Double wing, split into the right. UT was off early.
Flag on the play.
Well, you get a nice drive going, you hope you don't do that. That's one of the things you'd like to avoid is a penalty in a drive like this. Procedure against the Panthers. Be 1st and 15. Move that ball back to the 45-yard line.
Jim, there was an awful lot of people went early that time.
Yeah. Well, the left side of the line got off real quick, that's for sure. You don't mind seeing that, but just hope the ball goes when they go.
Illegal procedure will go against UT.
Maybe the center was a half count late there.
That could happen too. That could happen too. And of course, changing quarterbacks, that cadence might be just a little bit different.
Yeah,
Taylor
that'll
in motion.
make a big difference.
Sweep. Sean Taylor breaks one tackle and is out of bounds about what the 39-yard line looks like.
Carried by number 35.
So they get the penalty back and about another yard.
Dave Koenig on the
Be
tackle.
2nd down and 9. for the
88 Dave Koenig has made about
Panthers.
5 or 6 tackles here in these first 2 possessions by UT. Of course, he plays linebacker, and that's kind of expected of you. But that time, UT gained 7 yards before he got there.
2nd and 8.
That was another strategy the Panthers were talking about this week is Moline's pretty tough to run on up inside, and they're going to go off tackle and outside, and they've done that a couple times already. Counter inside, Taylor again. Ooh, big hit right there.
Big hit.
Hello.
Carried by number 35, Sean Taylor. Tackle by number 7.
Taylor picks up about a yard before number 88 from Moline. Koenig steps up and really levels him.
88 Dave Koenig also on the tackle.
He's a pretty good sized boy,
Yes,
Jim.
he is. Yeah, he does a nice job. Boy, he hits you too.
So the Panthers are looking at 3rd and about 7.
Now, Koenig's 6'2" and 190-pounder. That's the kind that can really bring a load with him. Duel with the ball. Sweep, and UT's outside. Spencer's
got some room. He's going to get the turn. He could go all the way. No flags. You see any flags? Looks clean. Touchdown.
Great job that time by Albert Duel, number 5. They run the option, gets the pitch, and boy, I tell you what, no outside contained by Moline that time, and Spencer turned that corner, and he was gone. And I think that's probably what Moline was afraid of going into the ball game, that plays like that, the long gainers with either Spencer and or Taylor, or even Brooks for that matter, could come back to haunt him, and boy, it sure did there. UT going to go for 2.
UT going to try to tie this ball game up by going for 2. But you got an 8-6 ball game.
3 minutes and 3 seconds to go. staying with the tight end left, motion, option. Duel's got the ball, but gets tackled before he can get rid of it. Same exact play that the UT scored on, and I think the coaches would have preferred he kind of pitched that ball a little bit, but Moline holds, and the score with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go is Moline 8 and UT 6.
Well, this is the kind of game we was hoping for, Jim. Both teams having a nice drive, moved the ball right down there and scored. It was a close ball game.
You bet. You bet.
Well, what do we got here? Our stats man says 4 minutes and 5 seconds for the Panthers that time, 7 plays, 67 yards. Spencer on a 33-yard run was the touchdown run.
And that was a great play, I'll tell you. That was just about as good as they get. You draw plays up like that on the board and say, do this, do this, do that. But for some reason, Moline's outside contained man got caught up inside. I'm sure there was a decent block out there, and I'd have to see a replay on that to really tell, but it was either Drew from the outside coming back down and sealing that thing off or something, but I'll tell you, it was wide open to the outside.
And you got to give a lot of credit to Albert Duell coming in there. His first start tonight, tough pitch, nice option there. He did a nice job, put the ball right there for him.
Better believe it. Well, Mike Gorman kicking off for UT. Nice kick down. Ball caught by number 22, I believe, Adam Holroyd. He's still alive. And he was about a step away from making that a real big play.
We'll take over first and 10. Tackle was by 34, Ryan Lemon.
Lemon, number 34. 82 was in a tackle for UT also. That's Adam Haney. Now it's Moline's turn. 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. First and 10 for Moline at their own 35-yard line.
Now we'll see if both teams made any adjustments here.
Wishbone split into the far side of the field for the Maroons. Quarterback draw. Look out. Look out. We got one man to beat here. UT runs the ball real well, though. And it's a first down, though. There's that play that we talked about before the ball game. The quarterback ends up being a quarterback trap, basically, or quarterback draw. Rode to fullback. Tom Wallard up in the hole real good. Came back away from that for about 11-yard gain.
You know, we were sitting at the perfect angle to see that open up as he carried out his fakes there and then just stood there a moment. That whole right side just opened right up for it.
Well, that's been a play that you go back through the game films the last 3 years. Moline, with Molina carrying the ball, has hurt UT over and over and over again with that play. Same formation. Power off tackle. Coming. Oh, good hard run this time.
Ball carried by number 9, Andy Malcolm.
Andy Malcolm that time, new to the backfield, but not new in their lineup, of course. A 5'10", 170-pound senior.
Matthew Harris.
Made about an 8-yard carry.
Harris, it's a tackle there for UT after 8-yard gain.
Aaron Best, number 23, coming in the ball game. Looking at Moline's stats in the paper, they've used 6 or 7 backs, so it looks like Coach Smith's going to use a timeout.
Timeout, UT.
Well, with 1 minute, 43 seconds to go in the first quarter, Moline leads 8-6, and Moline's on the move. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Okay, so we're back as Moline takes over.
We'll have second and 2.
Second and 2. The 43-yard line of UT.
Well, wide receiver to the far side, split in, wishbone, fullback trap inside, close to the first down. See where the spot is? Right in front of us. You're going to have to take the guess here, Brian.
I'm going to say third down.
That's what they signaled. I think you're right again.
Since the ref's holding up 3 fingers over there, it really makes me smart, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Yeah.
But last year you might not have got that.
That's true.
It was middle of the winter before I told you that when he hold up how many fingers means what down it is.
That's right. I wasn't sure what he was doing with those fingers there last year, but I got her now.
Well,
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. This is a big play for the UT's defense. Well, sprint by Moline. Oh, Molina cuts back. Now he's got to get up in it. Got the first down. UT did a beautiful job. That was a quarterback sweep to the far side of the field here, and UT just stuffed that baby.
75 Brian Hinman on the tackle. Official timeout for measurement.
Well, I believe they got the first down.
I'm going to take a guess. This
Unless
is first
those lines are pretty crooked.
This has got to be by about a yard.
Yeah.
we happened to be right on the line.
Well, Moline took they were going to catch UT by surprise there, thinking they only needed a short yardage, and they might have just hit a big play for a touchdown.
Well, and you know, the advantage to doing that with a quarterback like Anthony Molina is that if something goes bad, he's not going to take it onto the outside and lose 7 or 8 yards. He got out there and said, whoa, this isn't any good, and headed right down the field and got the first down. Sure, it wasn't a big touchdown run like maybe they'd hoped, but he got the first down. That's critical. And it is first down.
Actually, excellent defense for UT that time, but they only needed about 6 inches there or so.
Officials start the clock now. We got 51 seconds to go in the first quarter. Really an action-packed first quarter. A lot of offense so far. And Moline on the move again. Ball's at the UT 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Wishbone, 2 tight ends for Moline. Sweep. They got him outside. Look out now, number 22. Adam Holroyd could go. Brian Miller.
Excellent tackle. Brian Miller, storybook tackle. I mean, just like you draw it on the board. It was perfect.
All the teams work on that, you know, every day and every week in practice. You work on that down open field tackling like that. Miller did a great job. That time, they caught UT in what would be they brought Ryan Lemon, number 34, who is their monster man, up inside. And they went to more of a 5-3 look, which is tough inside. They're in it again. Hand back, now.
Piled it up.
That's a good defense against that play.
Yep.
It's not a good defense against the
On the
sweep.
outside, it's a little different.
That's right. Well, you've given up the 4 deep secondary to go to 3 deep, and then you have a tendency to lose your outside contained when you do that. But it's perfect against a
I'm sure
like
Coach
that.
Smith is determined that he's going to take away that inside big gainer that they've been getting if they can do that.
Exactly. Moline's got a little delay here now, trying to get guys in the ball game. So.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
I got you.
Well, at the end of the first quarter, the Marines lead 8-6.
The guessing game, if UT is going to win this guessing game. Inside counter.
Inside counter goes nowhere. Excellent tackle that time. Mike Hancock stepped right up and played his position, stayed home.
Read his keys that time. Didn't run with the flow, but read his keys and stayed right home. That was a nice job. Andy Malcolm that time stuffed that time.
Moline always does a good job on those inside counter type plays, and UT was ready for that one.
Well, long third down and 10. Ball's at a 21-yard line. We're looking, of course, Moline would have 2 downs if they don't choose to kick a field goal here.
We're going to see a lot of Anthony Molina in this play.
Broke that bone now. They broke the bone, went with 2 wide outs to the far side. Option, Molina with the ball. Cuts back inside. Not much room to run, though. UT took the pitch away. Looking at 4th down, and, man, 4th and 7. 4th and 7 for Moline.
Well, that little pass play to the running back that rolled out there worked pretty good the first time.
We'll see if they come back with the same formation that time. They had 2 wide outs, and UT put 2 guys out with them, but both receivers looked like they had inside routes available to them. So a quick slant or something like that, if they come back to that, and if UT stays in the same defense. Looking for Ryan Lemon now and see what he does. He's going to go play regular. They're playing regular 50, same formation. Take a look at number 9 this time, Andy Malcolm, see if he gets involved. He's in motion. There we go. Molina, pressure. Oh,
almost intercepted there.
Right in front of that one.
Brian Brian Miller gets hit right in the chest with that ball and almost intercepted it.
Well, Molina's now spent a little time talking to Colin Cave on that particular route. They missed connections there somewhere, but for the Panther fans on the far side of the field here, the good news is UT's got the ball 1st and 10, the ball at their own 17-yard line.
So a little change up in defense did them a little good on that drive.
Sure did. Yeah, we got 2 wideouts this time. Motion.
A man in motion.
Fullback. Brooks is through. Brooks may go. Oh,
great job of keeping those legs going as Brooks brings the ball all the way up to the 47-yard line.
30-yard gain.
Once he starts pulling, those legs just don't stop, do they?
Well, and he ran real hard that way. I talked to the coaches this week a little bit, you know, and he was a little hurt, not feeling real well last week against Chicago Taft. And they were kind of taking a quick look at that to see what's going on. 32 went back in the ball game. Nick Massa, now the officials have asked him to come back out again, so I'm just not quite sure
He's carrying that arm again. Yeah. But Brooks shows a little speed there. If he'd ever break loose, I just wonder how quick he can be. He looks like he's faster than you'd think he'd be.
Oh, he is. Okay, pro set with a wing to the far side. Spencer in motion, Brooks the ball carrier. And lunges forward for about a 3-yard gain.
Brooks has really been the workhorse here. They're going to see a lot of Brooks on this drive. You can just see the way, as long as they can keep gaining with him.
No
they're trying to establish that he's got to be stopped so that everything else will work.
Right. Well, Wallert, number 40, was in on the tackle that time.
They give him about 4 yards on that.
Joe DeBleek is playing defensive end in that spot where Nick Massa ordinarily plays. And so,
ball spot at Maroon 49.
Double wing, counter. Taylor, penalty flag is down.
Flag on the play.
See what happens on this one. We got a motion call out here by the official on this side. And that has to usually be something where either A, they're split in, wasn't up on the line of scrimmage, which did not give you enough guys on the line. It has to be it, because otherwise, you know, I don't know. Otherwise, you're in a situation, if your wide receiver just happens to get up on there, that doesn't cause any problems as long as they don't throw a pass, make somebody ineligible, but it's motion, so somebody must have moved just a little bit before the snap. That's now 2nd down and 11. Ball's at the 46, UT 46-yard line now. But I'll tell you what, this is the kind of football game we were anticipating.
Oh yeah, this is what we wanted coming over here. The Panthers dig themselves a little hole here in 2nd and 11.
Wide receiver to the far side. Brooks looking for room to run. Duell's doing a nice job because a lot of people aren't quite sure who's got the football.
Yeah.
Ball carried by number 43, Ben Brooks.
Brooks kept his legs going well, but he was right into a pile and just couldn't move them.
Well, Steve Shelton that time, number 68, was standing everybody up kind of in front of him.
Number 43,
Terry Mooney, who was their nose guard, and Kyle Piper, the other D tackle. So nose guard and 2 D tackles made that play. Big 3rd down play for the Panthers. 3rd and 8, balls at the 49-yard line.
Their own 49.
A motion again.
Motion, duel on the pitch. Ball's on the ground. Ball is on the ground.
Moline's got the ball.
Like Moline's got it. It's hard to tell from our angle, Brian. Look, 88 Dave Koenig, I think, was the guy who was on that fumble. That time the pitch from Duell looked like to Taylor was a little bit behind him, and it was wide open out there, though I will say that. Now see what the Maroons do. 1st and 10, take over on the UT 47-yard line. 8 minutes, 22 seconds to go.
Didn't seem like Albert could make up his mind that time whether he was going to pitch it or not. He kind of hesitated.
And of course, going that way, it's a left-handed pitch too, which is more difficult for a right-handed quarterback. Pass, great rush. UT's there. Oh, very
pretty good
close.
coverage there. Pretty good defense. Brian Miller was right with him. And the quarterback had a little pressure that time on him.
Colin Cave, number 82 that time, was just about, 2 inches too short to catch that ball. Molina, I thought for sure he was going to get hit before he threw it, but quick feet stayed alive. Yeah, Cave 6 foot, 175. He'd have been 6'2", 175. He'd have had that one. 2nd and 10. Wishbone split into the far side of the field. Now they're shifting to a wing that side. Power formation to the right. Molina with the ball, looking to hide in behind the running back.
Yep.
Boy, UT's doing a nice job of stuffing people in there.
They used a lot of different ways to give Anthony a chance to carry that ball.
They really do. I'm having trouble picking up who's making the tackles for UT. We need to keep an eye on that real close here and just see who's doing it, because they're doing some good things. But I think the key is there's several of them there right now. Brian
Well, that
Inman,
time, yeah,
number
yeah.
75 was in on that one. Defensive ends did a nice job.
Anthony Molina.
Hancock was involved in that one too.
34, Sean Taylor on the tackle.
Third down
So
and 8.
3rd and 8, big down again.
Fullback motion. Dive.
Straight up the middle.
dive. Look out. Oh, what a run.
Big
that
gainer
time.
for Moline, and a big first down, clear down to about the 20-yard line of
Aaron
UT.
Arms, number 24, another good running back from Moline, 5'9", 165-pound junior. Popped that through there, clear to the UT 24-yard line.
Brian Miller saved a touchdown there on a nice tackle.
Brian's made some really big plays already for UT.
Spotted at the UT 24.
Well, that time they ran out of the wishbone and motioned to fullback, and that takes somebody's attention going that way. Wishbone again, 2 tight ends for Moline. Power off tackle coming this way. Malcolm on the run, cuts in and then tries to break outside.
Ball carried
Andy
by
Malcolm.
number 9. Andy Malcolm for the Maroons.
Brian Inman with the tackle there. Defensive tackle moved across.
Number
And
35 is Sean Taylor for UT.
Brian came all the way across the field that time, so
Yep,
it's a pretty tough
yep.
play for him, but unfortunately it's a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1, the ball's on the UT 14. A couple penalties hurt that last UT drive for sure.
yeah, that took them out of their
Kind of a crossbuck
plays.
action. Malcolm again, tackled near the 10-yard line, probably the 11.
Ball carried by number 9.
Hancock, a good job of sticking with him there.
Sunday, Robert Christensen.
Well, the Moline backs are, they've used 5 or 6 of them already. They're all about the same size, but boy, they get up in there real hard. And of course, using that many backs, when it's your turn to get it, you're going to give that little extra effort.
Yeah, you're pretty ready
not
to
gonna
go.
get it. Well, for example, 36 carries is the most carries for any back coming into the ball game for Moline. 36 carries in 3 games, not very many. On a wishbone team that runs the ball almost all the time. So a lot of these guys break the bone now. Malcolm becomes the wing with 2 tight ends to the right. Quarterback keeper, Molina with the ball inside the 10, inside the 5, and down near the 3-yard line.
Number 11, Anthony Molina.
Brian Inman had a shot at him at the line of scrimmage, but just didn't get him.
Looks like that ball's marked just about, oh golly, must be close to the 5-yard line. Looks short of the 5, but by the mark on the far side of the field, looks like they're about 5 yards away, but it's 2nd down now and about 2. 2nd and 2 for Moline. The ball's on the UT 5-yard line. UT still in the 50 front.
2nd and 2.
50 front. We haven't seen much of that monster inside here for a couple, 2 or 3 plays. Power play off tackle. Malcolm, oh, big hit off
Excellent
tackle there.
job. Hancock that time come up and really stuck Malcolm right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Number 40, Mike Hancock.
Might even have lost a little bit on that.
Well, I'll tell you a couple things happened there. Brian Miller filled real quick out of the secondary. That's kind of good news, bad news. Play action can make it bad news, but hey, you can't let the guy
Well,
waltz
you
in
got to
the end
gamble a
zone.
little
That's
bit when
right.
you're down in there.
Can't let him waltz. 3rd down and 2 for Moline. The ball still, as far as I see, looks like it's on about the 5-yard line. Quick count. Oh, nice run inside. Oh, touchdown for Moline. On the carry that time, Josh Lofgren, another back that gets a carry in there. About a 5-yard touchdown run for Moline.
Moline moves up 14-6 with an extra point to go here.
You know, Josh Lofgren again is a 5'9", 165-pound junior. Set up for the extra point. Tom Waller will kick. Molina will hold. Good snap. I'm not going to call this until we see it.
Okay, it's
Kick is
good.
good.
So with 5 minutes to go before halftime, we got a 15-6 ball game. Moline leads.
Well, we'll take a break and be right back with the kickoff here. Moline will kick off to the Panthers as soon as we get back from this break.
Kickoff, Jim. We start the 2nd quarter. Moline leading 15-6 on lots of action in that 1st quarter.
Well, we had good first quarter. We've had the 2nd quarter now with 5 minutes to go. A lot of action for both teams. Right now, both teams are able to move the ball. And if they don't make mistakes, ball hits UT up front. Nice play up front there. Not a squib kick, a line drive kick, and Craig Brokaw did a beautiful job
there.
up front. I'll tell you what, because that's the one that, if you're not awake, hits you and bounces back about 10 yards, and Moline's on the move again. but by Brokaw being wide awake and making a great play, UT's got great field position at the 45. And let's see what the Panthers do. Albert Duell is still a quarterback for UT. Double wing again, split into the far side of the field. Taylor in motion. Brooks with the ball. Ball's loose. Oh, Moline may have it. Moline may have it, but
Ball fumbled.
oh, UT
got a break there.
UT won that scramble.
Ball recovered by number 35, Sean Taylor for UT.
That time Taylor did a
UT got a break there.
good job of coming back to that ball.
Panther man took the ball away.
Where is our press box located? We're kind of right here in the midst of the Moline fans.
Yes.
And they've been very nice to us so far.
Oh, they always have.
Yelled at us.
We got to know them pretty well.
They thought they had that fumble.
Yeah.
They thought they had to fumble. Second and about 15 for UT. Taylor in motion. Fullback trap. Oh, pass. Albert Duell. Albert Duell.
Oh, wait a minute.
Look for interference. There's a flag coming
Pass
in.
interference there.
There's a flag coming in right there at the 32-yard line.
Looked like a good call. He definitely was knocked down there, but as he was trying to catch that ball.
Albert Duell did a beautiful job. Threw the ball down the field beautifully. That pass, that time, intended for number 83, Ben Figerland, a junior who just is kind of coming off some injuries. And he's a big kid. He's a 200-pounder, 6'3", and he got himself open down the field. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, unlike the pros where you get the ball at the spot of the foul. It's a 15-yard penalty, and UT will have a first down. Now moving across the midfield stripe and to the 44-yard line of the Moline Maroons.
I tell you, Jim, that was a nice-looking play, and Albert Duell did an excellent job of throwing that ball. That ball was there.
And the line, I thought, did an excellent job. They protected him well. That was a 40-yard, 45-yard pass right on target.
So we got first and 10 for the Panthers.
But he was right on target. Brooks with the ball, looking for room inside.
Excellent job of running by Brooks. He couldn't get his head up to get his feet under him there, or that play would have went for a whole lot more.
He got up inside, got turned sideways, but that's a 5-yard gain. Now the clock is starting to run a little bit here, and time could become a factor. Siemens on the tackle for Moline that time.
Well, I'm sure for the Panthers, they'd like to just use that clock and walk right down there and score.
Well, we got split in again. Two wings, pass again. Looking out here, nice pass to Taylor.
Great job that time, UT. First and 10, clear down to the 25-yard line. As UT shows a little different stuff here, a little something that we haven't seen yet this year.
You go double wing and it gives you 4 receivers real quick like that. And of course, if you can fake the ball the way that Duell is doing, that time Todd Anderson, number 10, was on the coverage, but Taylor was wide open. Fagerlund broke deep and took 2 defenders with him. And some of those times those calls come from upstairs, get the guy wide open on a play like that. Looked like UT might have got going a little bit early, but Brooks running hard again.
Brooks getting about 6 off of that.
Ball carried by number 43, Ben Brooks. Number 88, Dave Koenig on the stop.
Terry Mooney, number 43 for Moline, and Dave Koenig, number 88, were in on that tackle.
They run that fullback a lot away from the power of the blocking. Is that like a little inside trap, or?
It could be. It's a trap. I'm sure it is a trap play. I haven't seen the guards pull them, but I know on the off tackle play, they're leading the guard out there, caving, and trapping with the guard. That one probably is an inside trap also. Wide receiver to this side, motion, option. Spencer, nowhere to run, stays alive and gets the ball back to the original line of scrimmage that time. Well, they ran
Defense did an excellent job of turning that play in.
Joe DeBleek, number 70 that time for Moline, 6'3", 190-pound senior. D-tackle made a nice play that time. Officials timeout as we're going to work a little bit on equipment here.
Well, I'm sure we're down there where UT would go all 4 downs with the ball now.
No question about that.
2:14 to go before halftime.
With that much time still left in the half, how's Brooks doing so far?
Brooks looks like he's got, what do we got here? 11 carries for 75 yards already.
Pretty good day already. Pretty good ball game already. Split into the wide side. Taylor in motion.
Brooks gets the ball, and he's got some running room.
Oh,
he's going to be tough.
Oh, man.
Another first down for the Panthers, down to about the 8-yard line.
It was inside the 10. Big hit by Anthony Molina. but UT will have a first and goal, and that ball is going to be about the 7-yard line.
Well, you got to give it to Moline. He's outmanned pretty good there body-wise, but he put the stick on him.
Well, to tell you what, a lot of his bigger teammates weren't able to slow him down, so he had a head of steam going. And big hit. Secondary's a little confused this time by Moline. Oh, looks like UT got off a little early, or the snap was a little late. Oh, you know, that hurts you.
Those penalties, we got a man down out there for UT.
UT's got a player down, looks like an ankle injury.
He's holding his ankle.
And I'll tell you what, I hope it is not Moons. He has had some ankle problems. Brian Moons is number 51. I'm trying to look at the huddle, see if he's there, but he broke his ankle last spring and has had some problems, and I'm not going to speculate any more than that. But UT had the ball first and goal at the 8, and a procedure penalty is going to put that ball back.
Those penalties are really important when you're down in that area.
You're doing all these things right, and then all of a sudden something like this makes up for several nice runs that you had to get you there, because it puts you in long yardage with 1:51 to go here in the first half.
I believe that is Brian Moons.
Now, Brian Moons is a 5'10", 200-pound junior center. He started for the Panthers all last year, so he's a 2-year veteran, and he is the center of that line, no question about that. He has played some D tackle for the Panthers also, so he will be missed in there. We'll kind of take a look here. Now you got
to be careful of that snap, don't you?
Snap, and a little bit there. It looked like Moons got caught up and got pushed back over the pile that time after the whistles were blowing, and we'll see what effect that has on this drive. 1 minute, 50 seconds and counting. Right before halftime here, Moline leads 15-6. UT at the Moline 13-yard line. Brooks
got some room. He could go. Touchdown, you Panthers.
Touchdown by number 43, Ben Brooks for UT.
Did you get who moved in the center there to snap that ball, Jim?
Not. We'll check this out in a second.
Brooks on an excellent run there. Great blocking on that right-hand side there. Christensen and Ward.
Well, Josh Taranis has been playing some. They've been. We're beginning to hear from the Moline fans now. Been silent a little bit up till now, but now we're looking here. 1:35 to go, and the score is 15-13, and UT is going to go for 2. Brooks, duel again with the ball. No good. No good. On the option.
He actually slipped and fell on the cut on himself.
Well, as he got out there that time, Moline brought somebody up, and I didn't get his number, but they brought somebody up tough on the pitch and took that away. And you kind of wish you go back and replay it, because the fake was to Brooks, and it looked like Brooks was going to walk in from the 3. But that's, that hindsight's pretty much 20/20. 1 minute, 35 seconds, and Moline leads by 3 points.
Halftime score just come in from Rock Island. Rock Island 7, Alleman 6.
Yeah, that's kind of the way we expected that ball game. This halftime score is going to be pretty close here also, huh?
Yeah, we're looking at 15-12 with 1:35 to go.
Well, one thing about it, Moline has used, I believe, 1 timeout, so we're in a situation right now where they have a couple timeouts left. If they get decent field position here, lots of things could happen.
Well, special teams comes in effect here. Whether Moline can get that ball out there to where they got a good run at it, or whether UT can pin them back there to where it's got a long ways to go.
Well, for Moline, Josh Lofgren, number 30, is back deep. Rob Malcolm, number 20, is also back there with him, ready for the kick.
Mike Gorman's kicking off for the Panthers.
Best is back there with him. Oh,
good
nice
deep
kick.
high kick.
Oh, he falls down.
He falls down with it. That's a break for the Panthers right there.
Rob Malcolm, number 20, that time took a beautiful kick. UT made a beautiful kick that time.
UT, that last drive, took 3 minutes and 25 seconds. It was 8 plays, covered 55 yards, with the featured back being Brooks on that particular drive, with several big runs.
Well, there are a couple other things that are big in that regard too. The kickoff, where UT did a beautiful job up inside of getting on that ball, made a big difference, I think, too. Gave him good field position. Fullback motion, hand back.
Well, I think the fact that the Panthers showed that they were a threat to throw the ball.
Yep.
They were able to complete that one play for a nice first down there, and then they stretched the defense a little bit by going deep that one time.
You bet.
Made Moline play a little honest there.
Ball carried by number 30.
Adam Holroyd on the sideline over here. We're just noticing that. He's been out of the ball game for a while, and he's on crutches here. Looks like he's got some kind of a leg knee injury. And, of course, that's their #1 ball carrier, and that's one of the reasons we're seeing a lot of these other backs in here. We're down to 40 seconds to go. Moline looks like they may be in a situation where they're going to just kind of run the clock out here. They'll receive the kickoff the second half.
Molina.
Pitch out here. Look out for Andy Malcolm. Malcolm out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
Ball carried by number 9, Andy Malcolm.
And Miller there
Big
again.
gain for Moline that time. Clear up to about the 43-yard line. Be 1st and 10. Excellent play there as Malcolm got the corner turned and showed he's got a little speed there.
Keep mentioning Brian Miller's name, too. He made another probably touchdown-saving tackle by taking Malcolm out of bounds here.
The bad news for the Panthers is he's making too many tackles.
Too many tackles, that's right. 29-yard run that time for Andy Malcolm. Malcolm
got 28 seconds left before halftime as Moline's got to keep this thing moving.
Trap.
Malcolm again.
Yeah, that time
excellent
that was
defense that time.
That was number 11, Anthony Molina on the carry.
Number 75, Brian Inman, didn't have anything to do with that. He stayed home and made a nice tackle there, and so a linebacker.
Like now we're gonna. Looks like Moline's gonna use a timeout.
Defensive end DeFries stayed home also and is in on that tackle.
Well, that's what you've got to. That's what you've got to do. You've got to stay home against that, and if you do, then it's going to be a pretty good play. But boy, it's very easy to run out of there and get yourself in trouble. Well, 5.8 seconds to go with Moline leading 15-12. Moline's in a situation that they are going to receive the kickoff, start second half, so you don't want to do anything crazy, but now, especially when you got a quarterback like Molina, why not take a chance?
Yeah, he's a threat to throw that ball deep, I'm sure.
Sure. And we'll see. We'll see. UT, again, has had a very good half, so they're hanging tough. Moline's playing well. UT's playing well. It's a good football game, as we thought it was going to be going in. That offensive line for UT, I thought, did a good job last time down. Who's in that line? Who are they playing up in there now?
Well, we got Slick, Freeman, Moons, and Trones and Ward.
Yep.
Is the inside people there.
Now we got to pick up who played
with Drew and Fagerlin out there at the ends, also blocking, of course.
Well, we'll see what Coach McGuire's got up his sleeve here. That they've got that 5.8. What do they got here? 57-yard play, whatever it is.
I'm sure the Panthers will be in a little deeper set there.
Right down the seam here. We could go right down the seams. Right down the middle. Look out. Oh, nice catch. Nice catch.
Ball complete to number 30, Josh Watson.
Clock stopped to 7/10 of a second.
Moline's got a timeout left, I think. And they take it.
So Moline gets one more play.
That's a little bit of a surprise. They went with a 14-yard, 12-yard curl pattern to pick up a first down, but now we're liable to see the ball go deep and nothing to lose right now. What you really don't want to do is take a chance on being behind, though.
They gained enough yardage there that he can throw the ball deep now, and even if it is intercepted, it's going to be taking off a big run back to.
Well, they went to a one-back set that time, which they put 4 quick receivers in the pattern, and I thought for sure, especially the 2 wide receivers this side, were just going to take off and fly, and both of them kind of curled up. Well, maybe this time they'll just take off and go deep. And if they do,
Panthers sub Joe Slick comes in there on that defensive front there. He might be a little quicker to put a little more pressure, or maybe the defensive line's getting a little tired there.
Well, Brian Inman just went out, so we'll see. Secondary's loosening up a little bit.
10, ball spotted at the UT 49.
Again, wide out. Malcolm is
Malcolm way out
far
there.
Side of the field. Again, 4 quick receivers could go right down the middle of the field.
Malcolm's one-on-one over there.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Another good pass, but that's not going to get you a touchdown, and that's a half. Another 20-yard gain.
So at the end of the first half, we're looking at the Maroons 15, the Panthers 12, and an excellent first half of football.
Well, I tell you, Brian,
drug abuse resistance education. It's a drug prevention program that not only focuses on the negative aspects of drugs, but also on the positive side of life.
DARE helps teach young people how to resist peer pressure to take drugs and to resist the pressure to join gangs.
Community schools with their local police department offer the 17-week DARE program.
DARE to make a difference.
DARE is an acronym for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. It is a drug prevention program that not only focuses on the negative aspects of drugs, but the positive side of life.
DARE teaches young people how to resist peer pressure to take drugs and to resist the pressure to join gangs.
Community schools with their local police or sheriff's department offer a 17-week DARE program to teach kids to say no to drugs and gangs. DARE to make a difference.
Here, let's take a look at the stats here. What'd you have on Moline, Jim?
Moline had time of possession was 12 minutes and 9 seconds. They had 12 first downs. Molina was 3 for 5 in the passing department, 49 yards. They had 24 rushes for 187 yards. Holroyd, who left on crutches with his knee in a brace, had 4 carries for 49 yards. Malcolm came in, had 7 carries for 58 yards. I think they had, stats man said we had 9 Moline running backs that had touched the ball so far already. So total offense then of, 236.
236. On the Panthers side, they had the ball for 11 minutes and 51 seconds. They had 3 penalties for 15 yards. They coughed the ball up twice and got one of them back. They had 8 first downs, and 1 for 2 passing, a 14-yard play. Rushing 20 yards for 141 yards. Brooks had
20 carries.
20 carries, yeah, right, for 141 yards. Brooks had 13 of those carries for 100 yards.
Yeah, big game.
And Spencer was 3 for 35, and Taylor 4 for 6.
Okay.
So we're pretty close.
I think we're looking at a real close game. And look at that scoreboard up there. It's Moline 15 and UT 12, and we're going to go to the third quarter with UT kicking off. Gorman will kick off. We haven't got any time on the clock, so we got a little problem with the clock now, so this could be interesting. We got the score on the board right now, but we haven't got anything else.
This don't seem like anywhere we go that if Bumma's not in there keeping that clock.
I know it. It just seems to falter. It seems falter.
Okay.
Well, we're just going to stand around and look at each other here for a few minutes. Right now, there's no, on the scoreboard clock, there's no time, no down distance. We do have the score on there, but we got to take a short break, so
yeah.
Okay, hey, we're ready to play.
We've had a lot of problems here, but we're going to try it.
We've had about a 10-minute delay, and we still haven't got the, there's no lights in the press box, and there's only the score on the scoreboard. The time will be kept on the field, so we apologize. We don't have any idea how much time there is. But UT will kick off. Gorman will kick. And back deep, you have...
Here we go.
Malcolm's back deep. They're going to talk about it a little bit. Number 30 with the ball is Josh Lofgren. Oh, he got up in it. Big hit out there around the 30-yard line.
Woo! That's football, Jim. That's exciting, huh? Great run and a good stick right there.
You want to know how the kids would react to stand around for 10 minutes?
Well, they were ready, weren't they?
Like that. They were ready.
They seemed to be ready. But you really don't know what that'll do to a team, you know. Like you were saying there when we were off, you just don't know for sure.
You really don't. You have no idea what effect that will have on either team. Well, Moline gets the first try here offensively in the second half. Wishbone, 2 tight ends, pass. Looking to go deep. Looking to go deep. Got a receiver open. Oh! An excellent pass towards Cave was the intended receiver. Just overthrown. That ball was
Ryan Lemon back there with him.
About 50
and Miller.
yards in the air. 50 yards in the air, and he was open. Now, Moline decided they were going to come out and kind of scare some people, if nothing else, and I'll tell you what, it does that.
The bad news on that play for Moline, Molina did take a big hit on that play. He got hit pretty good as he threw that ball.
I was looking downfield. I didn't see that one, but I
think Robert Christensen
can do that to you.
Hit him pretty good.
Robert can do that. Well, Moline changes formations. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. They broke the bone now. Tight into this side. Pass
now we're going to throw again.
Quick out this time. Penalty flag goes down. Malcolm with the ball. Tackle just short of the first down.
Yeah, I think we got a penalty against Moline there by where that flag's at. I'm not sure what yet. Holding.
Holding against Moline.
Big play against the Maroons this time. It's going to take them back 10 yards.
Well, we're in a situation now where Moline comes out and decides to throw the ball in his first possession and kind of forsaking the run, draws a penalty. Now they're almost forced to throw the ball here in second down and about 20. It is, matter of fact, second and 20 situation. Back now to their own 21-yard line. So we'll see. 2 downs, pick up 20.
I don't look for him to be real brave here with the lead yet. You might see a little screen pass or a little draw or something here.
Quarterback draw is always a possibility. Ryan Lemon is in the middle of the field now. Now he's got to slide outside a little bit. Talking about defensive guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Molina on the quarterback goal. Nice tackle.
Hancock, excellent job of flowing over there. Filled that up pretty good.
31 was there for UT also, Matt Harris. That was a quick hitter in there that time. He got up in that real quick, but picked up 10 of the 20 that they needed, so
third and 10.
Ball now right on the 30-yard line. Moline's first possession here in the second half.
It's a big hold for the Panthers here if they can hold them on this. This could turn the momentum of the game around because the Panthers are the last ones to score, and they get hold here, they get the ball back.
Wishbone, 2 tight ends. Fullback motion. Dive. Malcolm with the ball. UT is
going
there.
Anywhere.
UT is
34.
There.
Ryan Lemon with an excellent tackle.
Well, that
for
time
about
UT
a
was back
2-yard
in
gain.
That monster defense we talked about a little bit in the first half there, where you have nobody can block him. He's perfectly protected back there. All he's got to do is.
I was a little surprised that they were in that defense because I kind of thought they might throw the ball again there.
Fullback motion scares you a little bit too, and it makes it tough to cover with 3 deep. Well, Moline's forced to punt now, 4th down and about 8. A good punt by number 40 that time, Tom Waller.
He kicks it out of bounds. We'll see where they're going to mark it over there. And lining it up.
Well, Brian, that was the first punt that Moline has had to execute today. So offensively, they moved the ball pretty well every time they've had it, except for that time. And they kind of changed what they've been doing. They came out and pass, and put themselves in a bind. So UT gets the ball now, 1st and 10. Ball's about the 40-yard line, huh?
Well, I think they thought they might catch the Panthers, surprise them there and hit a couple of those passes and open things up a little bit, but it didn't happen that way.
The first pass that was thrown out here, if it had been complete, who knows?
Oh, excellent run there. Looks like about 5 yards for Taylor. Excuse me, Spencer.
Real impressed how hard the UT backs are running and getting up in that right now. That's been very impressive.
Looking at second at about 5 yards. There's a big 5-yard gain on that first down.
Take a look coming out of the huddle. Looks like, yes, it is. Moons is back in at center for the Panthers. That's good news. Ankle's taped up pretty good.
Taylor's second man through gets the ball, I believe.
Very close to first down.
And they're going to spot him back where his knee hit back there. Looks like third and about 1.
3rd and 1. Well, right now, as UT comes out with this particular play, they've had some success, and you may look here at maybe a second man off tackle kind of a play here. They got to be anticipating Brooks carrying the ball. Here it comes. Spencer's up
Well,
in
I got it. You called that one, Coach.
Oh, right on.
Right on. 1st and 10. Woo.
Man.
Guess that's why you as a coach, huh?
It just came to me, just like that.
Yeah.
It just kind of thought that'd be it. Well, UT picks up the first down.
Big first down now. They established a little bit of control here in the 3rd quarter, and we'll see if they can sustain a drive here.
Well, can't say enough about Albert Duell. You know, if you check the UT depth chart at the beginning of this season, Albert was a 4th-string quarterback. And he's now worked himself up where he's in the first conference game of the year and doing very good. Brooks is through. Another
First and 10, Panthers again as Brooks gets about 11 yards.
Going to move those chains. That's important, boy. And Brooks now, you know, you're looking not only a 100-yard ball game, you got a potential for a 200-yard ball game here for Ben Brooks.
Brooks is a force that Moline really has to concentrate on dealing with, which gives the Panthers some options to run some other plays.
Yeah, the line too is getting off the ball real good right now. UT's line is making some movement. Look at that line stirs that time. Brooks again, 5-6-yard gain maybe.
Yeah, those front guys slick. Freeman. Moon's back in there again. Christensen and Ward doing a heck of a job. Joe Taranis in there most of the time at that right guard.
Well, Steve Shelton, number 68, comes back in the ball game. Moline's making a couple defensive changes right now. Not quite getting the job done the way they want it done. 2 wideouts this time. Wishbone, second man through. Oh, they stood up Spencer that time. Yeah, 32 is going to be hurt again. Poor old Nick Massa. I mean, he's playing well.
Tough ball game. Yeah, that shoulder is.
And here he comes out again.
He's carrying that arm hanging there pretty bad.
Joe DeBleek's going to come back in for him. He's got to have a pinched nerve or something up in that shoulder, something. 3rd down now. This is a critical play for UT. Ball is on the Moline 34-yard line. 3rd down and about 7. 2 split receivers. Albert Duell option. Duell keeps the ball. Albert Duell gets down to the 25, to the 21-yard line.
Now that's a big play for that young quarterback to pick up a big first down like that. It's going to give him a lot of confidence. He carried the ball real nice and covered it up good when he got hit.
Well, you hope that, you know, every quarterback gets the same amount of training as you come through your summer camps and things like that. And of course, Duell started a game last year against Taft for UT, and I thought did an excellent job there. But that time, the only option was for him to keep the ball and run. And he did a good job. UT's got the ball 1st and 10 at Moline's 21-yard line. 2 split men. Oh, Taylor. I'll tell you what, it looks like, Brian, right now, UT is kind of smelling the blood in the water. And they are coming off the ball, and they're sensing that some good things can happen if they keep doing that.
That hole looked real big there, and that 34 of Moline closed hard on him that time.
He stepped down there real quick. That's Matt Siemens.
Yeah, otherwise I believe that play was going to go for quite a ways.
Too. They got Siemens kind of playing as a monster man
again.
Here. Brooks has got the ball. Ball's loose.
Free.
Moline's got. Yep, Moline's using Wallert, Canary, and Malcolm in the backfield. Good hard run up inside that time. Oh, nice run. Good 5 or 6 yard run that time for Moline. The ball carrier is number 30, and that's Josh Lofgren.
Dan Santry, number 84, was one of the tacklers. There were several in there that I could pick out as they got up.
That makes our job real hard because these kids are running the ball so well. You're getting 3-4 guys there every time.
Yeah. And they're with the offensive linemen sticking with the blocks as well as they do nowadays.
Count, second man through, near a first down.
I believe he's got it.
Malcolm that time, the ball carrier. Taylor gets up limping just a little bit. Andy Malcolm that time, 5'10", 170-pound senior on the carry. And
big first down for Moline now as they establish a little movement here.
Cave and Sable are running plays in and out. Also number 44 is coming in the ball game, Conrad Canary, as a running back, and they're kind of getting the plays in the ball game. We're down to 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Moline leads 15-12.
Official timeout.
Had a little equipment problem that time. Andy Malcolm must have lost his teeth guard, and they've picked it up. And of course now it's got grass and everything all over. So you jam it in your mouth and you play.
Well,
that's the game.
More iron. Iron's good for you.
That's right. Fullback motion. A little off tackle play, slant play that time, short yardage.
Number 44, Conrad Canary.
Canary on the carry.
Tackled by the whole left side of the Panthers defense there. It's pretty hard to say who hit him first.
Right. Now I'm wondering if, and let's take a good look at it this time, the fullback motion, are they using that pretty much when UT jumps into that stinger kind of defense, that monster defense with Lemon playing that middle linebacker. We find Lemon out there, number 34. See what he's going to do. He's playing normal coverage this time.
They're playing straight.
They go to 2 wings. 1 back remaining. 40 with the ball. Hard run off tackle again. Tom Waller. Tom Waller off tackle sets up a 3rd down. And about a 3.
Another big 3rd down play here.
3rd and 3. Still running lots of running backs in the ball game. I'll tell you one thing about it. I don't think UT's backs are going to get tired, but we know Moline's backs aren't going to get tired. There isn't a chance. They're not in long enough.
Well, it still remains to be seen how much they're going to miss Polaroid there.
You bet.
I'm going to hang on you, kid.
Molina with the keeper. Turns, drives,
first down
for first down. Got the ball outside the 35-yard line, fell forward to about the 38, and it's first down for Moline.
Tackle by number 76, Kevin Ward.
That's just the thing that he brings to the table every time. He gives you that. He knows where the first down marker's at. He's not going to make any mistakes. He knows to lean into that goal line. He might have made more yards if he'd have pushed that thing to the outside, but he might have lost a couple yards too, and he's not going to take a chance.
He was going to get that first down.
Ball control for Moline right now. UT in a 50 defense, normal secondary coverage. Quarterback with the ball.
Ooh, excellent job of defense that time. Each hole was stacked full, and yet the play was strung out there, and 34.
Ryan
Lemon makes a nice tackle out there on
Well, you're right.
Anthony.
And he strung it out a little bit that time. I'm not 100% sure that if he hadn't a pitch that they might have had a big play, because UT was beginning to run out of guys, but I'll tell you what, they had the fullback and the quarterback part of that option covered real well, and sets up a 2nd and 9. The ball's at Moline's 39-yard line. 2 tight ends. Breaks that bone and goes to 2 wings.
Panthers jump.
UT jumps offside. Well, that time Moline put a man in motion. The Panthers, seeing that movement, brought at least 2 guys across. And
I don't know if
they offside.
No, it's against the Panthers. 5 yards.
Yep. And it's a tough call. You know, your kids are pumped up, want to go with the ball, but you know, that's okay. That's okay for the Panther fans over there. The kids are still playing hard. You know, we're kind of the all-sport guys up here right now.
Yes, we are.
Wow.
Yes.
We had 2 lovely ladies brought us this all-sport stuff, and it's pretty good. UT might be lined up offside again. Looks like they've got a couple guys' heads across the football.
My goodness, there was a lot of neutral zone covered up there, wasn't there?
Well, the fullback's got the ball, and there's
Looks like a first down or awful close.
Real close to first down this time. I'm going to take a guess and say it's 3rd down.
Panthers getting a little soft on defense again there.
Well, you know, after that penalty, though, that was only about a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain at the most, and big hit at the end of it, but you're right. Conrad Canary coming in with the play now. Ball is at the 47-yard line.
I don't look for a handoff here.
Well, you may see that. Of course, you got Robert Christian right over that center. Of course, the center for Moline is Kyle Piper. It's been a pretty good battle all night. Long count. So, nice run inside. Looks like another first down for Moline.
Yep, 1st and 10 Moline on about the 50-yard line.
You know,
the Maroons are on the move again.
Seeing some good hard running. All the Moline kids are running hard. All the UT kids are running. This is the way Western Big Six football is supposed to be. Plus, time goes real fast. We're at a minute 45
sakes,
in the third
quarter has flown by.
UT has had 1 possession and end up in a fumble, and Moline is in the middle of a drive, and they're, you know, unless they fumble or something, they'll have 1 possession for each team in the third quarter. Malcolm makes a nice cut. But Sean Taylor's not buying any of that.
Taylor hangs on to some shirt there and is able to get him down. I think he threw himself down harder than he did.
He's had a bad ankle knee kind of a situation most of the week, and it looks like he twisted something.
Spencer coming in for Sean, going to give him a break there. And he's trotting off pretty good on it, though.
That's probably not a bad idea. You get, you know, going both ways. Actually, UT went to pretty much 2 platoon with basically Kevin Ward, number 76, and Sean Taylor, the only 2 going both ways. And as we checked it out to start the game, at least, Moline had 7 guys going both ways.
2nd and 7.
2 tight ends for Moline, 2nd down and 7. Waller, the lone back behind Molina. Counter of some kind. Well, that looked like kind of a crazy looking play. Molina on a good run. That's close to another first down.
I believe it is a first down.
I'll tell you what, the backfield action that time left a lot to be desired as far as I was concerned. I didn't know who was going to come and try to take the pitch, but it worked. Of course, Molina's a big kid. He's a 6 foot, 180 pounder, and he knows, like you said, to turn those shoulders towards the goal line.
Well, I'm sure Moline coach knows he has to get that ball in his hands a good many times during the ball game, especially now with Polaroid out.
You bet. You bet. Now they got Lemon up inside this time. Lemon up inside. Take a look what happens. There's the sweep. They're going to take advantage of that defense. Oh, nice tackle out here. Woo! We're going to come. That's going to be, Brian, the last play of the quarter here. And what a quick quarter that was. UT had one possession and fumbled down about the 17-yard line. And we're down at the end, and we are at the end of the third quarter. The score is Moline 15 and UT 12. Fourth quarter, Western Big Six action, 2nd down and about 5. The ball is at the UT 34-yard line.
At UT 34.
2 tight ends. Power play, off tackle coming this way.
Sentry with the tackle for Panthers.
Conrad Canary, number 44 on the carry that time for Moline. Another critical 3rd down situation for Moline.
Christian also in on that tackle.
It'd be fun to isolate a little bit if you could. Take a look at Christensen at nose guard against the Kyle Piper from Moline, and I think our fans could see some exciting football going on up there. It's a great battle right now. 3rd and 4, another huge play. Huge play in this ball game. We got a flag on the play. And everybody's pointing at everybody else, but that thing went quick that time. Went real quick. Now, in that particular case, that's a tough penalty. Kyle Piper, the center, had a broken chin strap, looks like, and because it's not fastened up, it ends up being a 5-yard penalty because he wasn't properly equipped. 3rd now and about almost 8. 3rd and 8. The ball is at the 32-yard line. Excuse me, 37-yard line.
Well, that's what they make those rules for. He could have went to the official and got the clock stopped.
Exactly,
for that.
and one of his teammates, we always told our kids, make sure if you're in the huddle and one of your buddies isn't snapped up, like, get him going on that. Now, a little
big play for the Panthers. You're going to see the ball either in the air or Molina pulling something where he runs the ball.
Oh, he ran right by it. Oh, Andy Malcolm, inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10, at about the 7-yard line.
Big play for the Moline Maroons.
Andy Malcolm, number 9, 5'10", 170-pound senior from Anthony Molina.
Brian Miller in on that tackle again.
Boy, that time Moline had 2 receivers wide open. The man that went deep was wide open. Number 88, Dave Koenig, was wide open. Malcolm come underneath that. And they're just flooding the zone out here. Well, now UT really has got to buckle up, huh? 1st and goal. The ball is at the 7-yard line.
Panthers need a big play here. And Moline, of course, needs to shove it in to put this game in a pretty good
power
position.
Malcolm, touchdown.
Excellent play by Moline as they take it in for a touchdown and move the lead to 21 to 12.
Coming in that backfield, in behind Tom Waller and Conrad Canary, two backs leading up in there, just straight power football. And Moline says, you can't stop us. And on that particular play, UT was not able to do that. Makes that score 21 to 12 with 10 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. As Tom Waller will try to make it 22. The kick is up. And the kick is good.
So 22 to 12 with 10:33 to go. Okay, so 10:33 to go. We still got a ball game here, but Moline's certainly got an edge on them now here in the fourth quarter.
Well, UT right now has got to answer back. Especially that last drive with Moline took up, what, half of the third quarter, took up 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. So if that continues, UT just has got to score every time now. So they're 10 down, so get her down there, nothing else, get a field goal this trip and see what happens.
Kickoff for the Maroons.
Well, Moline hasn't been kicking the ball deep since
Chris Beard appears to be their kind of squib kick guy.
They'll get it on the 35-yard line.
Oh, that's right. I see his flag go up in the air, and I think something real bad happened.
That's out of bounds.
All that happened, the ball just went out of bounds.
4-3.
Well, looks like UT will probably take over at the 35-yard line, and that would be great field position again. And let's get, for those Panther people over there, let's make sure that they get that offense cranked back up. For Moline, let's see if they can make any adjustments, because last time the only thing that stopped UT was UT. Albert Duell back in at quarterback for the Panthers. Ball is at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
With the penalty, UT will take the ball.
Drew, the wide receiver to this side. Brooks, the lone back behind. Albert Duell, sweep. Spencer. Oh, man.
Big stick on that right side over there.
We got to find out who that guy was.
Number 76.
That's Kyle Piper going both ways. He's a center and D tackle. And I'll tell you what, he got off tackle and outside there, and when Spencer turned it up,
he was there waiting.
He turned it back.
Yes.
And Piper's a good-sized young man, too. He brought a load with him at 6'2", 230, running the football like that. Counter inside.
Inside counter. Moline shuts it down pretty well. Taylor picks up about a yard, maybe 2 yards on the play.
Adam Kettler on the tackle that time.
72, Adam Kettler on the tackle for the Maroons.
That sets up a huge 3rd down and 9, almost 10, really.
Panthers got to be thinking maybe pass here.
Well, the problem, and that's true. And they've had success doing that.
3rd and 9, ball spotted at their own 36.
Moline sticking with the 5-2 defense, bringing a guy, bringing 2 linebackers. Pitches behind Taylor again. Duell just got hammered that time. Tom Waller came from his defensive end position and put Duell about 4 yards back in the backfield.
He just got that pitch off. Wow. There was a lot of pressure on him there.
Tough pitch to handle. It's one that I imagine in practice Taylor's going to catch 50% of the time or a little bit more, but man, with 9 minutes and 3 seconds to go, UT is forced to punt, and right now it's hard for UT to give the ball back. Gorman on the punt.
Oh, beautiful punt.
Ball's on the ground. Almost a huge play for UT. Oh, man.
Tackled at the 20-yard line.
Dave Koenig, number 88, dropped that punt. 23 ended up with a football. Aaron Best.
Ryan Lemon on that tackle.
That's
34.
The play, Ryan, that UT needed big time.
Almost got the ball back that time, didn't they?
That could have turned this whole ball game around. Now UT's going to have to do it with their defense. 3 and out is what I'm sure the defensive coaches are talking about over there. 3 plays and a punt.
Ball spotted at their own 21-yard line.
You got to believe at this point, Moline's not going to do anything too fancy. You're going to see a lot of power football. And
Kyle Piper, number 76, leads them out. Again, good offensive line play up and down the line for Moline tonight. Off tackle play that time, Andy Malcolm on the carry.
Carry by number 9, Andy Malcolm.
Got up in it for about a 3-yard gain, but for the big problem for the Panthers right now, they're keeping that clock running.
DeFreeze and Inman on that tackle there.
Well, the Panthers are getting good play in the, in the defensive unit. I mean, the kids are running the ball well. There's no problem with that, but man, it's just a struggle right now because you can't get the ball back. Moline, to put UT back in the game, Moline, I think, is going to have to make a mistake, and if they make it down here, UT's got a good shot. Molina with the ball. Lemon makes a great
tackle.
Ball kept by number 11, Anthony Molina.
Brian, I've been impressed with the way Ryan Lemon has played football this year. As a junior, we knew coming off the sophomore team last year, this kid could play. He's a good running back. I think our fans will see him in that backfield next year carrying the ball a lot, but as a monster, that's outstanding.
Oh, yes.
Man, he just stayed home, and here comes Molina, and all of a sudden
to meet Molina one-on-one and tackle him in the open field is not an easy thing to do.
Well, the Panthers right now have a real good opportunity to do what we talked about just a minute ago. 3 plays and a punt, and that's what they need.
Big play here for the Panthers.
Okay.
They didn't jump.
Oh, look at Inman on this one. Inman stayed home on that quarterback quarterback draw. And it's a 3 and out.
Looked like they tried to draw the UT offside that time.
Went long count, but it was not going to work.
4th and 1 for the Maroons.
4th and 1. Look out now. But you got to kick this one away.
Yeah. If Molina's coming off, I got to believe we're going to see a punt by Molina.
He's not in there. Now, if this was Solomon, you might see something happen here. But Drew is back deep. Spencer's going to go back to join him. Tom Wallert back to punt for Moline. UT's coming to try to block. They don't get there, and the ball angles out of bounds. There's your mark right there. The ball is at the Panthers take over at their own 47-yard line. First down, UT.
Okay, so if you're a Panther fan, there's no mistakes now. You got to move the ball. We're down to 6:25 to go, a 22-12 ball game.
Well, as this game begins to wind down, again, we'd like to thank our fans for turning in and tuning in and watching these ball games. We're trying to give you what you want. These kids play real hard, and we like to show it to you every week. Robert Duell on the roll pass. Taylor wide open. Taylor down and maybe out of bounds.
Excellent execution on that play. As Taylor picks up a first down for the Panthers, and they move the sticks, and that's just what they need, some quick 15-yarders, 10-yarders to be able to get down there and have a chance to score.
Well, Moline was bringing some tough outside contain, and Ben Brooks made a real good block that time. You could hear that all the way up here in the press box, and that allowed Duell to do that. Drew is the wide receiver to the far side, double wing. Brooks in the backfield. Brooks with the ball inside. Not much room right there. Gets turned around the other way. Short game.
Well, we're going to have Moline several times this year, and it's going to be fun to cover them because they're a good ball team to watch.
Well, they're exciting. They got exciting players. They play hard. They got good fans. As everybody that we cover has good fans, obviously. Joe DeBleek that time was in on that play. Did a nice job. Second down now and about 7.
Drew and Taylor split way out this time. Spencer in motion.
There goes Brooks.
Brooks with the ball.
Brooks. Big hit right there, but Brooks fell forward.
I believe he's got the first down or awful close.
Brian, this is huge here now. UT's moving that ball again. Got great field position. Going to stop the clock and take a look at this one. Going to measure.
Well, that time they tried to spread them out. They did a pretty good job of spreading Moline out so Brooks could get a little running room in there.
Again, they're trying to get him away from the middle. They thought that Moline was real tough inside the tackles, but you don't want to give up a good runner like Brooks, so you take him outside a little bit farther, and they pick up a first down there, down around the 27-yard line, 26-yard line. First down UT, plenty of time.
Well, I was really impressed with the way Albert Duell threw that ball to Taylor on the run like that. That's a hard pass to throw,
Snuck it right in his chest. Good roll passer. And of course, he's not very tall, so that's the kind of thing he needs to do. UT and now the huddle quick. Drop back pass. Duell on the run. Oh, the ball's picked off by Moline. On the run, looks like number 10 on the intercept. Todd Anderson on the intercept.
Todd Anderson.
A straight drop back pass.
I didn't get to see who hit him, but the big play was the quarterback got hit as he threw the ball.
I agree, and we apologize because especially if that's your son that just did that.
Yeah.
We apologize to you because he was in his face.
But you get to see it again on Tuesday night, but I wish we had replay here so we could look at that.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a combination of things. A straight drop back pass, which makes it a little more difficult for Duell to see the receivers, and of course a great defensive play by Todd Anderson. Here they come, outside veer with Molina with the ball.
Ball kept by number
A
11.
nice
Anthony
run.
Molina. Number 34, Ryan Lemon.
Picked up about 3 yards on that play.
77 that time. Chris Burns did a beautiful job of blocking. Had UT's linebacker about 7 yards down the field that time. Yeah, they got official time. Now, as you can watch over here, now you see Coach McGuire on the sideline is taking a look at the clock before he calls every play. He's holding the young man as he comes in the ball game. They're going to use as much of that 25-second
Using
clock
that
as
clock the
they
best
possibly
they can. Does a good job, as all the coaches here in the cities do now.
I'll tell you. And once they got rid of that guy, what was his name over there at UT, has been pretty good. That old guy, what was his name? Sanders.
Oh, no, I was thinking of about 10 of them before that.
No. Once they got... Hey, I'll tell you what, it's fun to coach in this league because you know every week you got to have your kids prepared because the other guy's going to be real prepared himself. Look out.
Big opening up the middle there that time.
Rob Malcolm that time pops it up inside.
Ryan Lemon again with a big tackle.
They're moving the chains, and that's real bad for the faithful over there on the far side and dressed in a lot of orange and black over there. It's not a good sign every time the officials say first down, and the clock's moving again. Again, taking time, sending plays in. Aaron Best runs in with the play this time. I'll tell you what impresses me a lot too about Moline is you take your best running back, Adam Holroyd, out of the ball game early, and they still piled up lots of yards. The final stats here are going to be very impressive for Moline. Fullback inside, runs real hard. Tom Waller works himself up for about a 3-yard gain.
Well, Malcolm hasn't even been in on this series. He's just going in now.
Right.
And they didn't lose a step when Holroyd went out and Malcolm come in.
Well, you got Canary in the backfield off and on. Aaron Best is in and out of the ball game. Number 30, Josh Lofgren. I mean, they all run hard. That's the thing. Maybe it's impressed me the most is the large number of good, solid running backs that Moline is blessed with. 2nd down and 7. Second man through and leaning towards the goal.
Good tackle by Brian Inman that time.
Going to mark that ball near the 45-yard line. Aaron Arms, there's another name that has carried the ball a couple times real well. Lost his shoe that time as he comes out of the ball game. Huge 3rd down play. We're down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Playing pretty good defense, but they just can't shut them down completely.
Can't get the ball back right now. Just can't get it. But they forced Moline into what, 2 punts, I think? 2 punts for the day, and Moline hasn't turned it over.
Big play here again.
Off tackle real hard. Not much room there, though. Josh Lofgren, number 30 on that carry, and UT takes time out. Good call. Moline's got to punt the ball away. And it's never over till it's over.
No.
Remember that.
That's true.
Somebody famous said that. I'm not sure who said it, but I'm believing it.
Tell the lady.
Hey, we're back. Ready for action.
We're always back. Yes, we are.
And we're ready.
Always ready for action.
Yeah.
2:49 to go in this ball game. We're looking at 22-12. The Panthers are going to have to do something mighty quick.
Well, the good news is Moline's forced to punt. At least you think they're going to punt. I'm looking around to find out if Molina is out there or not, and he's not. And so calling
they're going to punt
the play
here.
right now, Tom Wallard is getting ready to punt. UT's got to block a punt, make something happen, or Drew is going to have to make a long return. They got 10 guys up on the ball, so UT's bringing a bunch. Let's see what happens. They got a man in motion, low snap. Almost got there. Brian Miller almost got there. Drew's got to take a chance, but the ball rolls dead at the 30-yard line. UT ball, 2:42 to go.
I thought he was going to be able to catch that in the air, but it was just a little short.
Well, Moline kept the guys in to protect, and even though you're after a punt block, you still sometimes can get a good return back. So, but I thought too that if he could have caught it in the air, good things happen.
Rock Island 14, Alleman 30.
Fans, that Alleman score was Alleman 30, Rock Island 14. Uh-oh. No, long pass. Nobody's open. Duel that time. It's kind of just get the clock stopped. He roll. It's again a drop back pass. This is a tough situation for UT right now because passing is not their forte with the quarterback situation the way it is. Duel has made some good throws on some play action, but right now there's no use to play action. They know you're going to pass, and when you know a team's going to pass, it doesn't always work real well. So 2nd down and 10.
We'll see you guys in a few weeks.
Yeah,
we'll be back.
Some of the Moline fans think it's over because they're there. They've got to go to the bathroom, one or the other, but they're heading out. Oh, look out. Nice intercept back here by Malcolm. Malcolm may go. He's at the 20, the 10. Nobody will touch him. Number 9, Andy Malcolm.
Moline did an excellent job there. Malcolm made a great cut there, but there's a flag on the play. I'm afraid that's going to come back, Jim.
Oh, man, that was a great play.
Malcolm just really used his head there and made a great run there.
Well, the thing he did the best of all is, I think anyway, is that he played real deep and he just broke back to the ball. The ball was overthrown. Drew was the receiver. Must be a penalty of some kind back here, but I'm sure it's going to be after the interception. And so Moline is, even though they don't get 6 points on the board, they're going to get the football, and with 2 minutes 18 seconds to go, it's looking like the Moline Maroons are going to move to 1-0 in the Western Big Six and 3-1 overall, and UT is going to go 0-1 in the league and be 2-2 overall. Well, now we'll see as they walk this penalty off, and we'll get the signal here. It's a clip.
Flipping will go against the Maroons.
I was impressed again. Moline does so many things right. There's a pass. The only way UT can beat you is throw the ball over your head. And I watched that entire defensive secondary, and that group pretty much is still intact out there. And you've got, of course, Malcolm's back there, Todd Anderson, Molina, and Matt Siemens, and they were playing real deep and broke back to the ball. It's first down at the UT 45-yard line. Fullback gets up inside. Not much running room, but they don't need much running room.
Christensen really in a battle with the center there.
76 Kyle Piper that time.
Ball was carried by number 34, Matt
UT calls a timeout.
75 Brian Hinman was on the
Siemens on the carry that time. He's been playing in the defensive secondary this whole ball game. Now he gets a chance to come in and carry the ball. Remember last year, he's only a sophomore a year ago and got some carries in the ball game, a couple of ball games that we covered. So
I was impressed on the interception how fast Moline became blockers and how Malcolm waited for him to block for him and made a great cut there and then took that ball all the way.
I agree. And you got to practice that. That's something that on the practice field you've got to set that up. Every ball that's intercepted in a scrimmage or in a drill, you got to block it out. You just can't all of a sudden intercept the ball and have all your coaches start blowing the whistle. I mean, that's a play. That becomes an offensive play and a darn good one because their guys, a lot of them are going this way and you're going the other way. That's a big-time play. Unfortunately, they got a guy clipped, but at least he was out there blocking somebody.
Well, what do you think of that Alleman Rock Island score?
Well, I tell you, I think, if I'm not mistaken, our game next week is UT Alleman. If I'm not mistaken, that'd be UT's homecoming. Of course, the good news is the Panthers could throw this thing into quite a shambles if they could come back and beat Alleman next week. But man, well, we worked the ball game last week with Alleman and Geneseo, and
that was an awful good ball game.
Alleman's for real. But I'll tell you what, Moline is for real too. So I think we're going to see some great games. That Moline-Alleman game later on in the year ought to be a barn burner. Rock Island's going to have to regroup. They're going to have to do that in a hurry. And if they can do that, they'll have a good football team. You know, kind of right before we get to the end of this ball game here, we'll give you quick stats here right before the game ends, kind of give you a look at that. Oh, Matt Siemens. Siemens covers the ball well, breaks a tackle, and goes down to the 20-yard line. Matt Siemens, right now, take a look at what Moline's been able to do. Carrying the ball, Moline has carried it 14 times for 68 yards, and Malcolm 13 for 74. They now have 20 first downs. 20 first downs.
UT, on the other hand, has 11 first downs. Brooks has 20 carries for 128 yards. Spencer 9 carries for 38 yards, and Taylor 6 carries for 19 yards. 2 for 5 passing with 32 yards and 1 interception.
I think if you put that together, you got 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
One here, one here.
That's true.
2 interceptions. So I mean, it's been a game of turnovers. The UT has turned over the
4
fumble,
times.
The fumble on the drive down near the goal line was a big factor in the ball game. And the first interception was a big factor in the ball game. The second one, kind of desperation. That stuff's going to happen. But we'll see. First down and 10. The ball is at the 20-yard line. Moline's moving. You got Matt Siemens in there at fullback, and he's showing he's got some power. Molina keeps. Spins almost to the 15-yard line.
Number 11, Anthony Molina.
Time's running. UT, I think, is out of timeouts now. The ball is at the, we'll see where they mark. It looks like it's about the 16-yard line. It'll be second and about 7. Clock's running way too fast for the Panthers and running just right for the Moline fans right now. The Maroons.
Now our first Western Big Six ball game is Friday night is underway and behind us now.
You bet. You bet. Matt Siemens with the ball, breaks through. Siemens the 10, to the 5, to the 4-yard line. Matt Siemens takes the ball to the 4-yard line with 1 minute and 13 seconds to go. Lemon again on the stop.
He's just like a new man come in there. And
now here's another name. He went to the last, 2 minutes of the ball game and did not have a carry. And now he's the man taking charge. Well, we'll see whether Moline wants to just put this thing away here, take a knee. You could do that. Could take a knee a couple times. Or are they going to pound this thing in? Go to a tight wing, go to double wing.
Looks like they're going to try to pound her in there with Siemens.
Man in motion. Fullback moved early, looked like. Siemens on the drive, and he's near the goal line. Looks like he's about the 2-yard line. It'll be second down, and we're inside of a minute. 45 seconds to go. Moline's at the UT 2.5, 3-yard line. Now Moline's going to have to run one more play, one way or another. Whether you take a knee or whether you ram it in for a touchdown, you got to snap the ball one more time. Quickly in and out of the huddle so they don't get called for delay of the game. Up the line quick count. Siemens over the top. Siemens touchdown. In for the touchdown. Matt Siemens with 14 seconds to go in the ball game on a 3-yard touchdown run.
That makes the score 28-12 with 14 seconds to go and the extra point yet to be determined.
Moline to kick the extra point. Molina to hold. Waller to kick. Again, good snap and a good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good.
That makes it 29-12 with 14 seconds to go. Well, let's take a break here as they get ready for the kickoff.
For the kickoff here now.
Here we
Again,
go.
14 seconds to go, and Moline will be the winner tonight. Score right now 29-12, and the Panthers set to receive the kick. Drew back deep, Spencer back deep, Taylor back deep. Another squib kick. Ball bounces pretty well. Taylor with the ball at the 25-yard line. Out to the 30, out to the 35-yard line with 9 seconds to go. And UT will get one more snap. Well, I think we need to talk real quickly about how hard UT played tonight. They came out and played very aggressive defensively, made some really good plays. They were the victims of some of their own mistakes. And we talked in the pregame about we talked early about 2 or 3 big plays making the ball game. And I don't know, where are your 2 or 3 plays?
Well, to me, the turning point of the ball game was when UT marched the ball down to about the 10-yard line, and Brooks is having a pretty good run there, and he gets hit and he coughs the ball up and they turn it over. If UT scores at that point, the momentum is definitely going to be in their favor. So that was one of the keys.
Right.
How about for you?
Well, that one obviously is one. I think the key, again, looking down here at the field, Adam Holroyd, number 22, leaves the ball game very early. The big key there is that Malcolm steps it up, and several of the other running backs step it up a notch, and you don't even know that he's not in a ball game. And that's not saying anything against Holroyd, because we know he's a player.
Yes.
But they can step it up a notch. That's a big key. They can replace their number 1 runner and still rush for and gain 400 and some odd yards in their ball game. So that, to me, that was equally as big. Well, UT's going to get one last play. 6 seconds to go. Running Brooks up inside, picks up about 2 yards, and as the clock winds down, the Moline fans celebrate. Tonight, folks, an opening night of Western Big Six football, conference style. The Moline Maroons go to 1-0 in the conference with a 29-12 win over the United Township High School Panthers. And Brian, hard-hitting Western Big Six
Oh,
game.
great ball game. Now, what do we got next week? We got Alderman UT at UT.
That's Soul Bowl. We'll be back inside.
I think it's UT's homecoming, isn't it?
It's UT's homecoming, and you know, wild things happen there. But
we'll get a roof over our head next week.
Even if the weather's bad, we're going to be dry.
Yeah.
We're going to be dry. Well, folks, I tell you what, we still enjoy bringing these ball games to you. You keep turning in. You got ball games on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and Thursday nights on Cox Communication, Channel 38, Family Ties Productions. And for Brian Mama, this is Jim Sanders saying we'll see you next time.